Super Cool Radio!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Super Cool Radio interview. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very excited because I got some great guests joining me at this time. So this year, this killer Nashville-based quintet released 2 new singles, including Bang Bang and If You're Gonna Swing. Please welcome Ace Monroe.
Woo! Hey. Yeah, we love you.
There we go.
Yeah, we're on our own applause today. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out and bringing the applause. That's less editing for me.
There you go. Thanks for having us, man.
Of course. So making up Ace Monroe, we got Robbie on lead vocals. We got Josh on lead guitar. We got Jack on rhythm guitar and backing vocals. We got Eric on bass and Jonathan on drums. Did I get all that correct?
Yeah,
Yes, you did.
It's a lot of J.
Awesome.
It's a lot of J names. I know it gets confusing sometimes, but yeah, you nailed it.
Awesome. All right, cool. Interview's done. I'm going home. All right.
Let's go.
All right. So I know we got quite a bit to discuss with Ace Monroe, but before we jump into everything, a fun question for all of you guys. If you could pick one album everyone should listen to in their lifetime, which one would you pick?
I'll go last.
I know. I'll start.
Go ahead, Eric.
I'll start. I'll start. Our new record that's coming out April 25th.
Yeah.
Oh, great plug.
He did
it.
The shameless plug.
Oh,
There it is.
wow.
Is there a title for the new album?
It's called Wild Card.
Wow.
Very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was really
that was a me move.
Yeah.
You just pulled
Yeah.
there.
On a serious note,
No,
That was a serious
that was a
note,
serious.
Bob.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
definitely maybe by Oasis.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Aerosmith's Pump. Yeah.
Another good choice.
Truth and Lies by Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown.
Truth and Lies.
That's a good one. I guess I'll just divert to my default because I think it's the greatest album. The first Boston record.
Nice. Very nice. All very good picks. I like Eric's the best, though.
Yeah.
I do too, honestly. Yeah.
I can do like an actual one if you want.
Nope. That was the best pick.
All right.
Yeah, that's the best
I'll
one.
stick with it. I'll stick with it.
Commit to the bit. Yeah.
I'm committed.
Because that leads me into, so now focusing on Ace Monroe now. So obviously I want to talk about the 2 latest singles off the upcoming album, which is, as I mentioned, Bang Bang and If You're Gonna Swing. So like, how was it writing and recording the singles and the album?
Well, we kind of recorded them at the same time. They kind of, as they were, we wrote like 20 songs or something
Yeah.
going into this record, and we just got to narrow them down. And then also we were writing as we were recording. So it was a lot of, it was fun. It was a lot of hard work, but it was all, kind of going off each other and using the energy from the last song to get through the next one.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. And we came right off the road. We were on tour last year. We were gone for like the longest stretch was maybe about a month, right? And
Give or take.
Yeah, we came right off of that, went right into the studio. I think we had like one day in between where we all just slept all day.
Yep.
And then woke up and went into the studio and we started on the record. So we got to bring the energy we had from touring, all the, playing live together. The band was super tight. It was the perfect time to go in. And we were trying out a lot of the new stuff on the road. So we had a good chance to try out what works and what doesn't work and kind of tweak things as we were going along.
Oh, very nice. I'm very excited to listen to the new album when it is available. So like I'm curious, so like the writing and recording process for this album, was it different compared to like previously released material?
I think it was more collaborative than it's ever been on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first record, Shelter in Place, was really mainly just these two up here because they were the only two in Nashville.
Yeah.
We were all kind of at our hometowns in COVID. And then the self-titled album, I would say
that was a transition.
It was a transition, and
Yeah.
it was like half. It was like we were us three up here were starting to get into the writing process more a little bit, and then I'd say this one is like, really, I would say, just divide five, and that's what you have.
Like
Divide by
What
five.
does that even mean?
Divide the songs, and like everybody had their equal part in each of them. I would say.
No, I was just gonna say that if the self-titled was us trying to figure out how to just make it a completely collaborative effort, this album is us figuring it out, like actually figuring it out.
I think we figured it out.
Yeah, I think I said that. Yeah.
If you divide by 5.
Yeah, make sure to divide by 5.
Wait, the next few.
All right, so can you give any hints of like what people can expect from the new album?
No.
I
All
think
right, fair enough. Were there any NDAs you signed?
I will say I think this album goes in a lot of directions that people wouldn't expect from us, which is kind of why we called it Wild Card. I think every song feels very different than anything we've done before, and we had a motto going into the writing this one that no one was allowed to say that doesn't sound like Ace Monroe when we were writing, because if one of us brought it in, I mean, that's 1/5 of Ace Monroe bringing it. That's an idea they had, so that is partially what Ace Monroe sounds like. So there was no saying that's not Ace Monroe, and it led us down a lot of cool paths and a lot of stupid ones too.
Yeah. But we
threw those out.
we narrowed it down to the neat stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more thing, and then I will be talking about the upcoming tour you guys have. But like, I'm curious. So you wrote and recorded, many songs, and you had to pare them down for this album. Was that a difficult process to go like, we need this song, but we can exclude this one?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a fight to narrow down some.
Some were obvious.
We had,
I was gonna say the more that we worked on it, the more obvious certain ones became that were like, this is just not gonna fit. But there were ones that, I don't know, he's wearing a shirt with some boxing gloves. I might give you an idea.
Show us the new merch.
Oh yeah, we got new merch.
Oh yeah,
by the way.
that's not a plug at all.
Be on
But
tour. It's pretty sick.
Well,
There was
this is just shameless plug after shameless
Yeah.
plug
Yeah.
today.
yeah, exactly. But there was actually 13 songs like ready to go, and we had to cut one, and that was a tough decision.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that 13th will be released someday, but it needed more refining.
Right on. Well, I'm definitely, as I said, look forward to the new album. I've enjoyed the singles so far that you've released this year, so I'm excited to hear some more new music from you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited to get it out there into the world.
yeah,
That's true.
But now I do want to shift gears a little bit. So obviously you guys have an upcoming tour coming up in the spring, but I wanted to mention the previous tour because, as I said, I saw you guys in South Bend. It was a lot of fun. You guys brought a killer set. I like the drum solo you guys added in. That was awesome. So like, I'm curious. So like, what were some of the highlights from the previous like touring last year?
Oh, well, wait a minute.
I know. Where do you
Like,
start? There's
Yeah.
so many. I feel like we have so many stories on the road.
I know one. When we
Go.
played in Denver.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was
and then what was it, 2 days before? Because
2
we had some
days.
time to kill. Robbie, Jack, and I we climbed a mountain, so that was pretty sick. So we went
Huge
on,
mountain.
yeah, we did a
a
14er.
14er.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I'm trying to think of.
I mean, to me, I think it was just such
That's
an
awesome.
amazing experience because we got to go to so many cities we've never been to.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Not only as a band, but just as like people, Like we saw so much of the country last year, and the fact that no matter what city we were in, like the people were showing up was just such an incredible thing that we didn't take for granted every night. It's crazy people would just see us on TikTok or Instagram and go, yeah, I'll go see this band play somewhere. Yeah.
Wild.
Play in some small venue on a Tuesday night. Yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, so many amazing cities, so many amazing people. I'm trying to think if there's any like crazy stories that stand out. We got to drive to Roswell, New Mexico. That was fun.
That was fun. If you haven't been, I mean, gosh, they
What a
own,
place.
They own everything about
about the alien.
Yeah, they own it. So I'm pretty sure like the high school mascot's an alien. So that's pretty great.
And we got
Hey, might as well lead into it.
Yeah, right?
Oh, they did.
Oh, they did.
Wasn't the McDonald's like a spaceship?
Yeah, the McDonald's was a UFO. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
shaped like a
wild.
UFO.
Amazing.
Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts down the street had a giant alien holding up the sign.
That's
Yeah,
right.
And they have the International Alien Museum or whatever it's called there that we went and toured.
Yeah.
They have like the
It's-
space simulator.
Yeah, they're like the simulator, like being in a UFO and crashing.
And Roswell.
Yeah.
It's like paper mache aliens. It's
It is.
Yeah. It's really scary.
It's awesome. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's very informative, actually. There's a lot of information in there.
I was reading everything, and while they were laughing, I was like,
Yeah, Robbie's the one that's into it.
Yeah. Jack was
we're-
like filming goofy videos, and Robbie's like actually reading.
Yeah.
you know,
like,
like, I'm just like, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
They probe you too if you want. They don't do that.
I was going to say.
I missed that. Yeah.
Free of charge.
Dadgummit. We got to go back.
So is the next tour stop Roswell, New Mexico?
I wish
It
we're gonna
needs
have to
to be
talk
now.
to. We'll talk to our manager.
I was
We
gonna
need to
say.
go back.
We'll find a way to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, hopefully you guys didn't break into Area 51 while you're there.
We tried.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we thought about it.
Yeah.
There's no signs.
They didn't
Yeah.
let John
Driving.
Yeah.
All right. But now I do want to focus on the upcoming tour for you guys. So I believe that starts February 13th for you guys. It's your spring tour. So like, is it, for you guys, do you approach like touring differently than recording music?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a different process for sure. Touring it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, like you have to take care of yourself and be, vigilant about sleep and eating the right things. And, it's definitely a sport, which is wild to say, but you kind of have to think of it like it's a sport. Whereas recording, I feel like it's just a ton of creative energy. And everybody is firing on all cylinders creatively, while on the road, it's more of just like, don't die. Just stay afloat. And so you can put on the best show possible. So it's definitely a different experience, at least for me. Or I think of them as like two different experiences. But there is a lot of the material that is recorded is, kind of fine-tooth combed on the road. So like Josh was saying, we'll play a lot of the stuff that we're working on live. We'll sprinkle one or two in per set. See what goes over well, what doesn't. Working on parts and stuff almost in the live show. So there's a bit of that creativity happening, but it's full force when we're recording.
Yeah, I would say we try to leave enough room on the road too with the music. Even the songs that are recorded and are out, we try to leave some room for them to evolve on the road too. Everybody, we don't try to replicate the record exactly every night. We want it to feel like a live show, and we want people to be on their toes a bit. And so we like to add in little extra things that aren't there, whether it's like jams or different intros or segues between songs or drum solos.
Yeah, you gotta give the audience a bathroom break. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
But and like Eric said, yeah, the studio is very much like creative full force, and which is an amazing experience, but it is also like when we all argue the most.
Yeah.
Because everybody is fighting for their ideas, and which is the best way to do it. I say you always need a little friction to make the wheels go round. But when you go out on the road, it feels like more of a celebration of the music, and all the hard decisions are made, and you go out and you just get to play it with your best friends every night. Yeah.
rip, baby. Yeah, rock and roll.
So
We do though approach the recording part with live in mind, very much in mind. So that's where they connect, at least. I mean, but the road is physically draining, whereas the studio is emotionally draining.
And that is a great summary. I think that's the best summary I've heard with that answer.
Robbie just put such a nice little bow in it.
Yeah.
That was just fantastic. But no, speaking to your live show, since I've seen you guys live, you guys definitely bring the energy, and I like how like the songs just kind of flow together. That like, you know, once you finish this song, you jump right into the next song, and I really like that you kept the energy going for the entire set.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah,
it's a lot.
So now I'm curious. So with the set, like, especially with the new music, like, how do you guys build a set? Like, how do you know which songs like will fit the best in a set?
We're actually going to do that today.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we're going to rehearse right after this, and we got a bunch of new songs. So we're gonna
it's trial and error most of the
Usually
time.
Eric and Josh just argue about it, and then they come to a conclusion, and then
that both
Robbie, Jack, and I we're all like, okay, cool.
I'm just like, give me the paper. I'll
Yeah.
But
well, we're playing longer sets than we ever have. I mean, the run you saw us on was the first time we were going out and playing an hour and a half every night. So there's a lot more room for more songs. It's tough when you have to play like a 30, 45-minute set now because there's so many songs that everybody wants to play and narrowing it down. But when we have an hour and a half, we just kind of like throw them all in there and see what happens.
And have a good time.
And we try to not play the same exact set every night too. We like to swap songs in and out. So
yeah, the whole thing between Josh and Eric fighting over the set is very true. And our first thing in the morning, like, what are we gonna swap out? What are we gonna do? And they always conflict.
We don't really argue about it. We just discuss it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's more of a discussion.
It's a discussion.
It's more of a discussion. It's more of a creative meeting, if
it's a creative meeting.
I feel like once the volume gets over a certain amount of decibels, if it's still an argument. I don't know.
No, that's not how it works with me, Eric. Me and Eric, we get quieter.
Yeah.
I like ghosts. I do too. Okay, cool.
Yeah. If we're yelling, we're agreeing on something.
Yeah.
If we're not agreeing on something, there'll be radio silence.
Yeah.
So what's like the biggest point of contention between you guys during, like, with making the set?
Everything.
I mean,
we all care. We all care a lot.
Yeah. We all care maybe a little bit too much.
Everybody has different favorite songs and things like
there's
that.
songs to open with too.
Yeah, I feel like it's always what are we opening with?
Yeah.
The point of,
or what song flows into another one best.
Yeah.
Like what's the vibe? Like how is the set? What's the vibe of the set?
Yeah.
Whatever time we have.
Yeah, you don't want the audience to be like hype
Yeah.
and like you're playing like bad news, like this like banger, and then the next song is like, you know, an acoustic song. Like it just doesn't flow well. So you want the flow to go.
Especially in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Normally 45 minutes is just hit him over the head for 45
Yeah.
minutes. No slowing down.
Yeah. There's actually a handful of shows we're going to be doing this year that are like 2 hours sets. So it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for us to really make a more complete show.
Yeah.
We're really excited about that.
Well, right on. Well, it sounds like you guys got some awesome opportunities, especially with creating the set how you guys want to, especially with the 2 hour sets. That would be incredible. So I hope everything goes very smoothly for you guys. And no, not too many creative meetings.
It's unanimous decision that when we have a 2 hour set, we're going to do our Jazz Odyssey.
Yeah.
I won't be on stage.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm curious for you guys, for all of you, like, what is your favorite song to perform live?
Oh, that's a good question.
I can't say mine because it's on the new record, and I can't say what it is yet. But
really?
But
I know what you're talking about.
We've played it live in the fall, but it's on the record and it's not a single, so I can't say what it is.
Oh, that's right.
But that's all I'll say. There's a song that's
I know exactly.
towards the end of the record. I think it might be the second to last song on the record, and that's been my favorite to play live.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's all I can say for now.
Well, give me like 4 months and I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But even if we weren't coming out with a new album, that answer would change like night to night.
I didn't mean to tease you with that, but
all right.
Yeah,
Uh,
you'll see it in a couple months.
I would agree with
That
that.
was-
Yeah, swing, baby. You know
If
what
you're gonna
I'm saying?
swing,
Yeah.
that one is the most fun, I think.
I'm going to say Bang Bang, actually. I think right now. It may be Bang Bang or another one that's not out.
But I also like some good old lightning.
I like Lightning.
Lightning's fun.
I like Bad News because people sing that back a lot, and that's really fun
Yeah.
for the audience to just be singing it with me. I don't even have to sing it. I'll just hold the mic out. And just,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's cool.
Jaded's fun too when we do play it.
Jaded is another one that they do sing.
Yeah.
And we're going to be playing that one more because we have longer set.
That's true.
Very nice. Swing and Bad News are my favorites. Those are.
Oh, thanks, man.
Sweet, man.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, those are my favorites. But all right, so now as we're starting to transition and starting to wrap up this interview, so now I saw this in a previous interview, so I'm very curious. So is it true that you guys actually got the name Ace Monroe from a person actually named Ace Monroe?
Yes, that is
Jonathan,
true.
take it away.
Yeah, it is true. He is. He's a real person, great guy. We were in the same microeconomics class together in college, and the teacher was going through roll call and said his name, and I realized that, that's such a cool name. That needs to be the name of our band. So I went up. We didn't know each other or anything, so I went up and I asked him if we could use his name for our band. Introduced myself, and he said, "Sure, dude, that's fine." And we were like, "All right, cool, let's do it." So he's got free merch for life, free tickets for life.
Yeah.
And a free beer if you come.
Yeah, buy the beer too. But yeah, so none of this would have been possible without Ace and the Monroe family.
Yeah.
So we're very, very much grateful for them.
Yeah. We like to say that Ace Monroe's mom named the band.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you, Ace Monroe's mom.
So how much royalties do you owe him a year?
As much as he wants.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, just our entire paycheck.
Yeah. We just send it over to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just do this for
It's
fun,
in better hands
actually.
with him, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a finance guy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
He
one of
actually
us.
is.
He was actually paying attention to microeconomics
Yeah.
as opposed to this guy. Yeah.
All right, so now as we're starting to wrap up this interview, so what are like the plans for 2025 for Ace Monroe?
Tour.
A lot of touring.
Rock
We got-
and roll.
I mean,
Yeah.
really do it all over again. Tour, release this record, and then we're gonna get writing here pretty soon again.
And
for
we
our-
do it again.
Yeah.
for our next record. Yeah. I mean, we already have ideas for our next record.
We do. I mean,
But yeah, this year's about the tour, I think.
each year we've expanded our touring more and more and more, and this year it's just going to be a little bit more of the same. I mean, we're going to be going to places we haven't been before, but we're also
Yeah.
going back to places that we love, and we can't wait to go back.
Like New York.
New York, LA,
New York.
Philly.
Philly.
Philly, that's right.
Yep.
Florida.
Philly,
Texas.
Florida. Oh, yeah.
The whole Johnny Cash song, the
Yeah.
whole I've been
Yeah.
everywhere. We're hitting all those cities.
We got to go back to Lubbock.
We gotta go back to Love It.
Get another barbecue sandwich.
Dude, I love
A
it.
brisket
The Love It.
sandwich. Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Well, very good. Well, I look forward to seeing how 2025 goes for you guys, and hopefully I get to catch you guys at another show sometime as well. If you're ever watching, where are the best places to find Ace Monroe online?
On Instagram and TikTok, Ace Monroe Band is the handle. Facebook is just Ace Monroe. Website is acemonroe.com. And you can find our tour dates any of those places.
Well, very good. I'll make it easier. I will leave some links for Ace Monroe in the description of this podcast. Please check out and support them. Be on the lookout for the new album, and make sure to catch them at a show near you. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio. I had a fantastic time chatting with you guys.
Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Matthew.
Of course, for Ace Monroe, I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Go.